Hello, everyone. Good morning. Happy Friday. My name is the Brandt, and welcome to Step into the Portal. Today I'm going to be playing Distilled from Paverson Games. This is a game about running your own distillery. Someone in your family has left you a distillery, and you are going to try to run it. Let me just push that camera up just a little bit. Okay, there we go. You're going to try to run your distillery and maximize your victory points. I'm going to do a play of the solo game. It's like the gameplay solo is exactly the same for the most part, but the scoring is totally different. So, which I kind of enjoy. I kind of like this idea of like there's things you have to complete. It's still kind of points, but it kind of gives you a way to do that. So I think it's kind of unique. Yeah, it's really a card game, an engine building game. Hello, I see CN Spartan and Silver Fear are here. Thank you for joining me. For people who don't know, I also do a podcast called The Right Brain Rollers with Eric Summerer. So our third episode just came out. You can listen to that. We went over a game called The Wolves from Pandasaurus Games. So if you like hearing reviews of other games, please consider downloading that podcast on whatever podcast catcher you use. We should be on all of them. So good morning. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Awesome. So let's get down to the table and start getting this played. So I'm really going to use this as an attempted overview. I just realized that I'm missing a few cards. Oops. More than, how well can I do with the game. I did play solo last night, and I almost won, but I didn't quite. So I don't know that I'm going to put all the brain power into let me make sure that I win. I'll make good decisions and everything, but we may fall a little bit short. We'll try to come up with a plan. So, all right. So just to run you through, first off, we have the most important part, which is the player aid, which is right here, which runs us through all the phases. So the way this game is going to work, it's going to play over 7 phases. We're going to have the 7 turns or rounds. We're going to have any starter round, then the market phase, the distill phase, the sell phase, and the age phase. And then there's a little bit of an end of round element to the game. So just to point you out, here's our scoreboard over here, or our glass wall, if you will, with all of our various indicators for our types of spirits that we make. This is going to be our solo scoring thing. I'll go over that. That's probably the most important part for solo. Here we've got our basic market of cards up here. I guess it's actually on your camera, so you can see it. And then over here, we have our various cards that we can purchase. The distillery upgrades, which will go here on our board, our ingredients, which will go here in our pantry, and our premium items, which will go here in our storeroom. On our player board, we also have a warehouse where we can age our spirits, and then we have this kind of menu of spirits, and this little card comes out. You can flip it over, and there's a whole bunch of different flights that you can have, and those flights determine your character. So speaking of that, here's my character, Nathan McGizzy from the Americas and Canada. He starts the game with a free silver recipe cube on whiskey, and then I sell each aged spirit for 1 or more. For 1 more. So when I sell my aged spirits, I get an additional coin. So that's going to be the idea. Here's our truck that holds things. We've got trays for various components, money, and cubes. I think that's pretty much everything to point out. Oh, here we have our alcohols as we add them and our flavors. I've got 4 coins, which is determined by my character here for the game, and go from there. Spartan just finished watching on Get Up and Game. You could see me doing chatting champions. Awesome. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, here is my ingredient that is unique to me. I set that aside, and when I distill a spirit, I will then get one of those tokens, and I can cover it here, and one of them is to get my signature ingredient, and I have my signature recipe here, my Canadian rye whiskey that I can make as well. All right, so let's talk through what the goal of the game is in solo. In multiplayer, you're playing these rounds, you get these distillery scoring cards. You'll start with 3, you discard 1 after the 3rd round. And you score those 2 at the end. I love that. But doesn't work as well in the solo. So we don't use these cards. Instead, we use these barrel cards here. All right? And so this is basically a set of achievements. We have to move up to the top. And then these A achievements here and these B achievements here have numbers on them. And our score has to be the sum of those 2. So if we want to do the lowest possible, we'd have to do some of these. So we're going to start up here. collect 5 non-vodka spirit labels that require grain sugars. So I need to look for things that are grain, like whiskey, soju, and Bajito over here. Baju. Sorry, I don't know the names of all of them. So I could make those ones as well as, other than vodka. So I'd have to try to make 5 of those, which is collecting these ones here, which I don't actually think I can do. 5 non-vodka spirit labels that require grain. But only 3 of them require grain? I wonder if I was supposed to set that up with more. It said put 1 per player, but if I have 1 per player, I cannot complete that one. So we'll have to go for this one. Collect 4 silver and or gold tier spirit labels. So that's what we're going to need to do, is we're going to have to collect these ones up here. Gin, whiskey, rum, Baju, and brandy. So that's what we're going for. We'll have to aim for that one. Over here, we need to sell a spirit containing 5 sugars or more. Sell a spirit containing 4 flavors or more. Sell an aged spirit worth at least 5 points more than the recipe's base, and collect 3 specialist distillery upgrades. So we could kind of do these two. What's going to happen is when we complete one of these, we open up what's above it. Then when we complete one of those, we move this up, and we have to keep moving up. So we have to complete at least 5 of these to be able to score that. And this one's just throwing me off a little bit. That require. So this card will allow us to swap 2 cards. And then if we do that, we flip this over and we need to score 5 more points. So it gives us a little bit of versatility. Oh, yeah, I agree. But at least, hopefully, we helped you with talking about multiplayer as well. All right. Yeah, that card is throwing me off. But it says set up as normal, and it says to put 1 label per player. I wonder if that is an issue. Follow the game setup as normal with a few exceptions. Now I can choose my identity. Oh, complete setup except include all the spirit labels for Moonshine Vodka and the 7 recipes on the tasting flight. All right, so that is available. So we can use all of the labels for these. I was reading that as only the others. Okay, so we've got these ones here as well, so we can do multiple of these. I think I'll just grab them from here when I need them, so we can keep playing. All right, so we're going to go through a turn here. So the first thing we do is anything for the start of the turn. It has kind of this green power button here that you would see on electronics. So we've got nothing to do there. So next we're going to go to the market phase. So in the market phase, we would take turns. In this case, I'm the only person taking a turn. Jeremiah's here and says, is this game more attuned to specializing or diversifying your resulting beverage? So that's a great question. The answer is going to be lied in within these cards. So this is saying collect 4 silver and or gold spirit labels. So in order to do that, I could just keep making the same thing over and over again and collect those, and I would be fine. This one here, it says collect 5 non-vodka spirit labels that require grain sugars. I guess in that case I could do the same thing. Now it seems too easy with all of those in play. But yeah, the distillery cards in the non-solo game will determine whether you want to collect the same thing or different things. So it's going to change based on your goals, would be the answer to that. Yeah, now both of these feel easy, but we're just going to let it be. Maybe that's supposed to be 1 per, but then this isn't attainable, so I get a little confused on that. I apologize. I didn't come across this card before, so I had one of each, and it worked in my last game. All right, not going to be a big deal. All right, so in the market phase, we can purchase these cards. They have little tags on the bottom of them down here to tell us, so this one costs 5. This up here, sometimes they have money, like this grain has money. That's going to be when I distill it, I get money for doing that. So we have $4 right now. In addition, we can purchase up to 2 cards from the market only. So normally you would do this 1 at a time. You can also purchase these these tokens here, and the cubes allow you to gain new recipes. They represent recipes. We already have Moonshine and Vodka and our signature recipe. So we definitely want to make our signature recipe and go through that. I will hold this up when I go to make recipe. Well, maybe I better just do it now. So on each of these, you'll see that they have kind of a requirement. So like up here, moonshine doesn't require any sugars. Here you'll see any one of these, and then you'll see various down the way. And then in addition, you'll see kind of a barrel, let me point to one, with a no aging, a no timer. So those ones don't need to be aged. They need to be sold immediately. But other ones have the barrel, and you have to age them in your warehouse first. So it makes very much thematic sense where it goes for. This will tell you the cost of these cubes up here as well. And we'll talk through how you get points and coins at the end of each round. All right. Our first goal, sell a spirit containing no basic sugars. Oh, so that's something we could do pretty early. Sell a bronze tier spirit. So we don't have that. So we could focus on this kind of early. All right. So in order to make a spirit, and we can only make one per turn, we need to have a yeast, we need to have a water, and we need to have a sugar. So those are good places for us to start. So let's see what we can work at here. So we need water, because we don't have water. So we'll take water. It is free, but we only get 2 from up here. So this one says, when purchased, you reveal the top card of any market deck to all players. Purchase it or return it to the bottom of the deck. So let's reveal, we're going to need something here. Let's see if we get something here. It is a 1-cost bottle, a plastic liter bottle. Well, let's take it. It loses us victory points, but it gains us coins. So that costs us 1. We'll purchase that. Then the next thing we want to do, we need to make a lot of things possibly with grain, and whiskey uses grain, so I probably want to purchase some grain. So I have corn out here. I have grain sugar twice. So I'm going to purchase one of these grain sugars. Oh, and the suggestion for the market cards is to put them somewhere else so we know. I'll try to track, but I can do that as well. Awesome. And then we could get one more thing. So we could take those grains, because that's what we're going to need more of. We could take yeast, because we'll probably need more of that. Yeast actually gives us a coin when we do that. All right, so that would be our second of these. And then we could spend our 1 coin, but there's nowhere to do that. And cards refill as soon as you buy them. You already start with moonshine. There you go. All right, so now we have passed the market phase because we're done purchasing. Again, only 2 from here. So now we will move on to the distill phase. This is where market cleanup is, huh? Okay, so at the end of market cleanup, normally you would discard only one of these onto the truck, and there are ways to buy things from the truck. In a 2-player game, it's 2 cards, but in the solo game, we take this deck, which is actually these B cards in the center, the ones we didn't use. We discard this, and then we just get rid of the cards that are in the pattern. So it just makes cards move a little bit quicker. So we're getting rid of all these. This is the slowest part of the solo game, though. That and always the first rounds of solo games, because it's like I have to explain the game and the solo, right? Normally I would just say, you get points, and the most points wins. But in this case, I have to say, we move up this chart, which I think is clever, and I think it's good overall, but it's just funny when it adds that much more to explain. Solo is always the most complicated way to play, I find. All right. There we go. These upgrades will go here and give us various bonuses that we could have and endgame scoring. So we're looking at, max of 90 is what we're going to need for our score. All right, so we're aiming to try to do this. Sell a spirit containing no basic sugar. So we're going to make a really simple one and hope that it works out. So we need a yeast. We need a water. We set those here, and then we could put any number of grains we want in. Sorry, sugars. Grain is a type of sugar. We have grain, fruit, and plants. So then, for every sugar we add, we take an alcohol from here and we put it in. Then we take our cards, we shuffle them up. This is the washback over here. And then we're going to pull the head and the tail out, which is part of the process of distilling. You take the first parts off, and then whatever's retained, you save them, and we get them back. So we get our yeast back, and then we also get our water back. So now this is what we have ended up with. We have ended up with grain and alcohol. Now, you don't have to have alcohol. You don't even have to have sugars in there. You can have basically nothing, and you still make something. So now we look over here. Sell a spirit containing no basic sugars. Oh, we're good then. Okay. So now we can look at this chart. We don't have these recipes, but we can make vodka. Vodka requires any 1 sugar. So that is what we're going to end up making is vodka. So we look at our values here. We have 1 coin, 2 coin, and vodka's worth a coin. So we get 3 coins for that. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go for... Oh, sorry. I lied. what we actually do is we have to, before we can sell it, we have to put it in a barrel, and we have to put it in a bottle. So, sorry about that. You have a permanent barrel and bottle here, but I just bought this one. So it is not worth that much. We have a barrel, we have a bottle, in this case, a metal barrel for these. So 4, 5, 6, 7 is what we actually get. I took 3, right? So I need 4 more. And then we look at the victory points here. So this one is worth 1. This is -1. So that's 0, and vodka's worth 2. So we actually get 2 points. 1, 2. Woohoo! We're on the board. There you go. Yeah, it's true. This is what you're able to sell. Yeah, I mean, in the notes it says we tried to stick to the theme, and the person is definitely somebody who distills, but we wanted gameplay to be good as well. All right, so the barrel says on it that it comes back to me. The bottle goes here in my bottle collection, which will score at the end of the game. The alcohol goes back to this stack, and the grain goes into the truck here. So that has been done. Then we check here. Sell a spirit containing no basic sugars. This one was not basic. That's the part I missed. So we're good. So we check this one off. We put a coin here. We get 2 coins for doing that. And then we open up the 2 above it. 1, 2. So now we have these things we can do. Collect 2 bronze tier spirit labels. Sell a spirit containing 2 or more sugars of the same type. That will probably be pretty doable. Then, in addition, we get a label. So we just sold vodka, so we take a vodka label, and now we can cover any one of these things here. We could chase after our signature, which isn't too bad. We could work our way over here, which seems pretty smart. So let's try to do it now that we have money. So we're going to take our signature one here. This is going to go into our pantry. And that is our distilling phase. Oh, sorry. This said move your signature ingredient to pantry or get 2 victory points. So that is how that works. I did the sell phase. Sorry, the sell phase would get the points of the coins. And then the age phase would be if instead we made something that needed to be aged, we'd have to put it in a barrel. So we have to purchase a barrel from out here. And then we take all the cards, we put them here, we add a flavor to the barrel, and these are going to be various coins, and these are kind of interesting. And the more flavor, and then if there's one in here, we add another one. So the more that we have in here, the more victory points it's worth. So this is where you can get ones that are worth a lot of victory points by aging them. Awesome. That is that. So for the end of the round, we would check the Spirit Awards. We don't use those in the solo mode, so that's another change, but they're basically goals that players are going after, kind of racing for. If I didn't sell anything, I can give up up to 4 victory points to gain coins, so you can have a little bit more money, which is basically holding a tasting. And then I move the round tracker forward, past first player, and at the end of the 3rd round, we'd have to discard one of these goals, which we're not doing in solo. Cool. So there you go. That's a round. Really, it comes down to seeing how this is all made and sold. And then once you understand that, you understand kind of the goals that you're going for, is the idea. All right, so we're going to try to make our specialty one this round. This is going to take 3 grains. All right, so we got to focus on that. We already have the recipe for that. Sell a spirit containing 2 or more sugars of the same type. So that will also fulfill. All right. So, yeah. So we need to get wheat and corn here. Let's keep it simple. So we'll buy this wheat for 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we really want to have an additional one so that if one gets pulled out, we're still okay. All right. And then we're going to get that corn as well. We haven't bought anything from the basic market yet. Ooh, and there's rice. We could get that one, which is a point, although, let's see, we have yeast and water, so we're okay there. We could get that rice and just kind of guarantee. We also could get a bottle down here. We do have a bottle, so we don't necessarily need it. Ours is from the Americas. This is the Americas. So let's do that. We could purchase that one later, though, because we're not selling it. Oh, we need a barrel. That is what we definitely need. All right, so our first card from here will be yeast. because that will give us a coin. Uh-oh, this is going to run us into trouble, isn't it? It is. Could be a little tricky. So we'll see what happens. If not, then we end up making whiskey, so we'll be okay. All right, so that's 4 to buy the barrel. So those are the 2 things we bought. I really should set them aside, but I'm going to forget. All right, so we're going to chance it a little bit here. So that'll be the end of our purchasing phase. So then we flip this card and get rid of these 6 cards. 1, 2, 3. It tends to always be these ones. 4, 5, and 6. Slide these over. And away we go. So it does a good job filtering through the cards so you see more things that you are looking for. Always a smart mechanism in solo games to get the cards cycling. All right, here we go. We're going to risk it a little bit here. But it's okay because if we fail, we'll make whiskey. So we need a yeast. We need a water. Alcohol can be used as yeast or water if you ended up retaining it. And then we're going to put 3 grains in. All right, so 3 grains. We then get 3 alcohols because those are sugars. And then we shuffle these 8 cards together. We have to pull 2 out. Now, one thing to note about the signature one. Where's the game of the free silver recipe? Sell each spirit for 1 more. All right. Yeah, one thing to note is... Sorry, I'm trying to get my brain there. If you draw your signature ingredient, you get to actually put it back in. I don't know what the theme is there, but it's just so that you can't, or so that you can make the thing you're looking for. So we have that benefit here. First thing is a grain came out, so we're not going to have that. Second is an alcohol came out, so that's coming back to us. So now we only have these 2. Does that mean I can never make mine? I didn't think about that. So this will be gone now permanently, huh? Let me actually see about that rule. Sorry, everybody. I haven't run into that before. Signature. Your specialty ingredient. I feel like I'm going to take too long. Never fun reading rules on camera or at game nights. So just trying to see if I quickly see it here. Yeah, no, I think I'm out of luck, which is going to be a little rough because that's important to make that one. So that will be tricky. All right. Yeah. So we are going to put this. Where's my barrel? Did I put my barrel here? Yep. All right. So we're going to put this in a barrel. We don't need a bottle for now. So we take all of this stuff and it goes in the barrel. We don't get any money. We add a flavor to it from this stack, and that will now get aged. Sell a spirit. Oh, I think I got myself in a little bit of trouble there. So that is a whiskey. We did distill a whiskey, so we get a whiskey token here. Yeah, that stinks. I guess I shouldn't have risked that, because now I lose that. But we'll figure it out. All right, so we can take a free item from out here. We've got to focus on selling a spirit containing 2 more sugars of the same type. We're going to do that. And we're going to attempt to do that. Is it going to be worth 5 more? It is. So those 2 are going to be successful. So at least we're going to be good on that front. Then we're just going to figure out how to get points. All right. Silver and gold labels. We're going to need all these ones. All right, free ingredients out here. We're going to need even more grain, which is a way to go. We could just get money. Let's just take money for now. All right, because we're going to need that. Now, we didn't sell anything, so we're going to give up our 2 points here to get coins. Oh, is mine in the market? So it just needs rye. Okay, I get it. Thank you. So this is winter rye because it's my special one, but I can use rye of any kind. Thank you, Silverfear. I appreciate that. That makes sense. Okay. Perfect. All right, I was like, whoa, I'm kind of stuck here now. All right, so we'll take 5 coins there. We're going to give up 2 sell phase, and then we would add 1 now is the actual time we would do that. Cool, so we go to the next round. All right, so we got to focus on getting 4 of these, so we need to unlock more of these, which is money. Right now, we need to make something containing 2 or more sugars of the same type. So we do have corn here, so I think we need to buy this rice. So we can put that in. We'll take a free grain. From here, we have tons of yeast. We don't necessarily need water. We're going to have 1, 2, 3 already, so we should be good on whiskey. We need a barrel, huh? All right, so we've got this Dullum barrel. All right, that's not the kind we need, so we're going to have to get that barrel up top. You have to age the whiskey. All right. So we will take this wood barrel here as our second one. From there, I gotta remember they did that. And I think we're set. Much less smooth than the play I did last night. All right, so we're gonna try to make whiskey here. Probably should be like trying to make a little bit of moonshine. Work with. Perfect. All right. 1, 2, 3. This is not the same company. That is DeVere Games that made Red Cathedral, and this is Paverson Games, who I believe has not made a ton of games. It looks like there's some other small games, but this is kind of their first bigger game. All right, we're shuffling these up. We'll get rid of our head and our tail. It's always weird shuffling a small number of cards. All right. So we get rid of the alcohol here, and 1 of our grains, but that's okay because we still have 2 grains, so we have successfully made whiskey here. We're going to be low on coins, huh? We may have to sell this one. Yeah, I think that's what we'll have to do. All right. So we have successfully made this one. I forgot to do that phase. I keep wanting to do this at the end of the round. So we're going to get rid of all these cards. Apologies if I do it later. Not game-breaking mistakes. Just slightly out of order. That should not be there. So we'll put that one there since it popped up. And the card backs are nice. I was able to easily tell. That's where things go. All right, so this is going to go in a barrel. Go here. I guess it doesn't technically... Oh, I get the spirit label. Okay, so I just made... Oh, I just made whiskey and I made whiskey here. Darn it. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Oh, well. That'll give us another silver, so we'll be okay there. So we can discard a card from our pantry to take any 1 card from the truck. That's actually pretty big. We could get one of these distillery upgrades, maybe. What is this going to give me points? Convert coins to points at a 3-to-1 ratio. End of the distill phase, draw 2, add 1 to the spirit just distilled. 1 for each of your aged spirit labels. Oh, that's pretty good. During the sell phase, may double the coins received from a single card. All right, perfect. So we're going to do this ability right here. We're going to discard a card from here. We'll discard this grain. And we're going to take this one. And now when we get to the sell phase with this warehouse manager, we're going to sell this one here. So we need a bottle, which will be this. We will get rid of the barrel. And our taste ends up being coriander. So that's got a pretty good taste to it. And we can double it. Perfect. 1, 4 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And this was whiskey. How do you actually mark what it was? I guess you just look when you sell it. All right, start 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We get one additional 12. So we're getting 12 coins here, which is pretty good. I was thinking we were going to be low on money. Ooh, it's a very thinky game. It's funny for streaming. All right, and then we did sell a spirit containing 2 or more, so that one's going to be successful. So we get a coin and a point, and we move up to here. 1 point, 1 coin. Oh, we're low on points, huh? And then sell an aged spirit worth at least 5 more than the recipe base. All right, so this is worth 4, 5, 10. 15. So that is exactly 5 more. So I'm going to move this up here. And then these 2 will open up. From my distiller's region, this is. So, yeah, I guess I wonder on these goals if I can complete more than one. Maybe I can only complete one at a time. Now that I'm doing that wrong. Got it. Single goal. Okay. Do the aged ones get the label immediately? That might be a part that I missed. Sorry for this awful looking things up all the time. It doesn't say. It just says claim a spirit label that matches what you distilled. But it doesn't say to put it on top. I think it's just when you look at it, you realize what it is that you made. All right. Okay, so I sold this one. I got my money for that. And then I got 15 points, 10 and 5. This comes back to me. This is discarded. Put it up here. This, where is this going to go? It's going to go here, I guess. Sorry, a couple little rules that I am uncertain of, but at least you can see how the game gets played. That's the key part. Did I also forget to do this again? No, I think I did do this. All right, yeah, I can't do this one here because I can only do 1 per thing I sell. All right, that's set, that's set. This gets added with flavor. Yeah, I like what you're thinking there, Silverfair, that you put on top. It says just to claim it, which would make me think it goes up here, so a little bit different on that front, I guess. All right, we need to stick with silver and bronze. This is moving up. All right, collect 4, and then get points. Sell an aged spirit worth at least 5 more than the recipe's base. Oh, and we should have plus 1 point right here because we had 1 flavor in it. So we could hold this one for a little while. This is currently worth 4 more, so we're going to have to hold that. Which means we want to sell something we could get rid of immediately. So we should make gin so that we can sell that. So First things first, we got to spend 4 to get a silver cube and put it here on gin. Then next, could buy that turbo yeast. We're going to need fruit. So we need to see fruit show up. So we're going to have to buy something from here. So we'll buy this turbo yeast, which gives us an additional alcohol. So that's going to be 3. Flip. Oh, no fruit, but there is rye. So now we could get that rye down the line, and that's what we could use to make this, which is good. Then if we add 2 fruits, we're risking it again. But I guess we're just feeling risky, huh? So 2 fruits from the basic market here. We have a barrel. We could get a different bottle or something to start getting points. Gin is from this region, so no good. Same with this bottle here. Reveal 3 cards from market deck and buy one of them. We have 3 left. So do we buy that rye or that other turbo yeast before it goes away? Let's buy this rye so we could still make our signature one and not kick ourselves. All right. Here we go. So we're going to try to make some gin. Let's see how this goes. So we're going to put our turbo yeast in. We're going to put in 2 sugars, and our water will be alcohol. And we add 3. So the turbo yeast says add an additional alcohol to your mix. So now we just have to hope that we don't get rid of one of those fruits. It didn't work for us last time. Okay. Yeah, you could be right. I'm unfortunately I'm just not going to look that up at the moment here, but I could see that. I guess I would be down more coins, which makes sense because I didn't sell anything yet. So that could be my bad. I may have made that mistake. All right, we get rid of an alcohol and another alcohol, so we were successful. So we have 2 fruit sugars here. So we are going to make gin. We're going to bottle it and put it in this barrel. So I think we're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins. Gin isn't worth any additional. And it's worth 1. And 7 is 8 points. So we're going to go to here. When we sell age, we get an additional coin. We get 5 from here. Not worth 5 more than its base. All right, we're going to claim gin. And we are going to get a free recipe. So when we do that, are we going to do this one? Oh, we didn't see what was left here. Okay, see, I'm always forgetting this. Ooh, we would have gotten rid of that, so good thing. 1, 2, 3. This one goes as well. These 2. If I get it a chance at the end, Silverfield, I'll try to look at that a little closer. I just saw it say claim, and I moved on. Yeah, no, for sure. I like to know more of the rules, but it just happens. Gets a little confusing. All right. So now we know we would have access to this. So it probably makes sense for our bonus to claim this one here as a gold label. And then both of these need grain, and we focus on grain and try to get those 2 done. We've got 1, 2, 3 already, though, of our 4 that we need. We just don't have points. All right. So these are gone. These come back. What am I trying to think about? Oh, we add a flavor to this one. So now this one is worth 3 bonus. I'm going to have to sell this so that I can get these points to move up here. And then I have to sell a bronze or silver spear from my distiller's region worth at least 4 more than the base. Or worth 6 coins more. All right. I'll have to process that when I get there. This is going to move up. I think we added all these things. That's going to double that. Okay. Now, do we need to do this? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to back up. Oh, no, we did sell, so we can't do that. So we're just stuck with 5 coins. Trying to make something. So I think we need to make moonshine, make this, make ours, right? So we just need to get a lot of grain. Hope it comes back. We can use this as water. So we just got to go on the cheap. So here's some rice. We'll pick that up. Here is grain. There's 1, 2. These slide down. Here's some mountain water if removed. Oh, there's some millet. So I think we're just going to keep buying these. Try to make something simple, right? Ooh, there's more rye. Okay. So this is going to flip. We're going to get rid of these. I'm not sure this is going to work out super well. I think I'm going to be very low on points, even though I'll achieve my goals. Which is good. I like how the points kind of change and you can decide how far you want to push. Again, I'm not trying to overthink it. I think it's a little boring on camera if you get to that. Oh, that must have been from my last game, so that one should be out. All right, so we're just going to have to make moonshine and then try to make these 2, which both have to be aged, but we can at least get points for them when we sell them. Maybe it was a poor choice, since we only need 1 more. We got all these. We'll figure it out. Oh, we have to sell... Okay, hold on. We have to sell silver or bronze. So we actually don't want this one. Now that I'm thinking about it. So when we took this cube, we probably should have done this one instead. All right, and we'll be good here. Now we'll make this soju instead. Okay. All right, so we need to end up having 3 in there. So let's just go with these. Actually, we want victory points and things. So let's put these 3 in. Add 3 more alcohols. And shuffle up. Wonder if I should have just kept making whiskey. Sell an aged spirit. So this is going to get sold. Then we're going to have to do this one. This is the next round. I should have done that. So I should have aged something. Oh well. Keep going. All right, we'll get rid of alcohol. We'll get rid of alcohol here. Yeah, I think my brain isn't fully functioning exactly the order of these goals that I have to do, but we'll figure it out. All right. So we are successful. We have 3 grains in here, which technically means we can make whiskey because we're going to sell this one, and then we could sell it here worth 6 or more coins. This one is not going to be worth 6 or more. It's going to be worth at least 3 more. If I age it, it will, but I don't have a barrel. So that's not happening. Ugh, poor planning. All right, so this is getting sold as soju. 1, 2, 3. 3 coins. Yikes. I guess I could have done this here. All right, and then it's going to be worth 2, and 5 is 7 victory points. So that'll put me here. 7 victory points. I'm just trying to see if there's anything I'm missing. Nope, and then I get this one. Then I can keep going. So you can sell multiple things, but in a multiplayer game, you can sell them one at a time. So then I can sell this one next. I claim this. Where does this one go? A free ingredient. A free ingredient. A free item. Boy, I need a barrel. All right, we'll take one of these. Let's take this vintage decanter bottle. Did I forget to do that again? I don't think so. it starts to mess with your brain. Like, did I do the right things? I can't remember. All right, so we're selling this as whiskey. I do tend to agree. I could see where that would go on there, and then when I sold it, I'd actually get the bonus. So that probably is how that works. And my bad on that front. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to get 9 coins for this. And it is going to be worth 2, 3, and 6 more than this, which is 16. So we're going to complete this one, move up, and 16 is 10, and 6, 47. We're getting there, but we're probably halfway realistically to the goal we're going to need of, it looks like 84, which I kind of like, right? Based on how you pick everything, you decide what your final score will be. We needed to bottle that as well, which would be this bottle that comes back to me, but it is an additional coin. Trying not to forget those things. All right, cool. So we are good there. We now have this bottle we can use. Okay. Points, move up. And now we need to think about how to maximize. So we wanted to make this. We only need one more label, right? Because these 3 count. Sell a bronze or from your distiller region worth 6. Oh, so that's what I was thinking of doing. Right. But if I don't sell this one, I don't move up here. So I had to do this. So now I need to do this and collect one more because I need to sell. Sell a bronze or silver. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird what order I can do those in. I feel like I should be able to do this, and then I should be able to do this. So that's what I'm going to aim for. So I'm going to try to complete this one here and do them both in the last round and hope that that is generally correct. All right. So first thing we're going to take is a yeast, which gives us a coin. Then we are going to take this sorghum right here so that we have another grain. It doesn't count. Then we've got how many grains? 3. We need none of those to get pulled out, huh? All right. Discount a recipe cube. Discount 1 distillery upgrade. During the still phase may add an additional alcohol. So that's pretty good. Let's do that one because that'll help us as much. So we're going to take the coppersmith here, who also gives us 2 points if it's my only upgrade. Oh, well, that one's kind of sad. No, we'll still take it because I think it's going to help us do what we're trying to do. We're going to take a grain as our second one here, so we have another one. And then it's just a matter of figuring out what we want to do. In the last round, we could make one of these. We might pull grains out. So we have a bottle. All right. Sell a bronze or silver worth at least 3 more than the recipe's base. We're going to age it. So I'll make it worth 1. 2, 3. Oh, we're going to have a bottle. So that'll be good. All right. So the last round we want to make probably this, or we could just make gin. So we need one of these regions. So we could get this bottle right here for bonus points. Could also just get this bottle because we need a lot of bonus points. So let's take this one. All right. Oh, we need a barrel. Oh, no. All right, so we just have to switch that. We will buy this for 2, which gives us 3 back. And then we can buy this barrel. Man, hard to remember all the things. All right, so we're good there. Good thing I saw the barrel. Was that the wrong bottle? This is the wrong bottle. We wanted this canister bottle. Okay. Woo! The last sale, I think I forgot, and then I went back and put it in there, right? And I got my extra coin. Yes, I did. Thank you, though. I should, like, look through the things, and I try to remember in my head. That's where I make the mistakes. All right, we'll play that one the other way, too, for our bonus. So we'll probably just get victory points here instead. All right, so these are coming in here. We are going to add all these we can. We have the rye. Oh, man, if the rye gets pulled, though, huh? Do we even need this yeast? We might as well add this. We're adding 4, and our upgrade adds another one. So that's a very alcoholic grain drink. All right, we can't pull the rye. If we do, we're making whiskey. Whiskey and rye. All right, and we pull the rye. First one. Man. Guess it's not my day. All right, so we are going to make this one, which has 3, but no rye. So unfortunately, we could either make this here, which might have to be our focus, or we could turn this into whiskey. Is it going to be worth 3 more? 1. We put it in the bottle, it will be, right? Man. Okay. It's a rough day. All right, so this one is going to have to go in the barrel. And it's going to be another whiskey, which will give us our 4, so we could do a different plan for the last one. We do have the rye. We could go for it one more time, but man, we pushed our luck a little too far, huh? So we'll put that there because we think that's how that's supposed to work now. We are not going to sell. We're not going to have coins. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go backward. 5. We're going to give this a flavor. And during the age phase, we gain a coin for this barrel being there. And I forgot to do this. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And this one makes 4. All right. Yeah, we're not going to get to 84 points here. Yeah, exactly. It would go back if it was that. So I pushed my luck too hard in the beginning there. I should have just waited and tracked. I think this threw me off, and these labels in the beginning, I was like, am I playing that incorrectly? It's just weird. It says do setup as normal, but include all the labels for these and the 7 on the card. And I don't know if it's saying do a single for each of them, but now that I'm seeing it with all the aging, I think it makes sense that all those would be there. And then, yeah, I might have missed this part here. I'm going to look that up at the end of the video so we can see how that works for sure. All right, we are on the final round, so yeah. So the best thing I can make and sell, I've got bottles, so that's not an issue. I'm going to have my 4, but man, I got to get a lot of points. So gin is the highest points I can get and then immediately sell for coins. So that's what I want to focus on. Or I make my big one here, which is worth 16, but that has failed over and over again. I don't have money, so I feel like I'd be pushing pretty hard on either of these. We could at least put this grain in to that one. What region is gin? We can at least use this bottle. All right, we'll push here and see how high we get, rather than pushing our luck, which hasn't gone so well. So we are going to try to make gin. We have the things here, so we need 2 fruits. So we can buy this one for 2. And we can buy these apples for 4. Then we can get a yeast and get a coin. And we don't need anything else for that. All right, so we move on. I'm not going to discard cards because it's the last round. I guess technically these, but I'm going to take victory points for these. So, well, I better just do it because if I get a free upgrade, I might take that. So let's go here. 1, 2, 3. Best to just follow the rules instead of later say, oops, I should have just followed the rules. Oh, I'm disheartened. Thought I could get there. All right, here we go. still fun, and it gives you a chance to to learn more. Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's a teach and play, even if I'm teaching myself to play. So true. Played it twice. I usually like to know by the time I'm done. So you can add other things. So I'm going to add that grain, and then I add an additional alcohol. So I can do that, hoping that I'll end up with fruits. It gives me 2 extra cards in here, but man, it has not been kind to me thus far. Here we go. First one is a fruit. See? That's just how the days are going to go. And an alcohol. So we end up with 2 grains. Or 2 fruits, but that means we're going to have to make it vodka or moonshine. So not quite what we wanted. All right, so vodka's from my region, so I can't use this bottle. This whiskey is also from my region, so, well, I guess I can technically use this bottle. And I need this barrel, so we'll try to make sure we do this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I get 10 coins for that. Yeah, it's not been my day. This one is worth 1. If it was from a different region, it'd be worth more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to go to there. Sell bronze, or so. Oh, I didn't even sell that, huh? This is from my region, worth 6 or more coins. So, okay, I did do that. So that one happens. I move up to here. I get 2 points. 1, 2. And I'm at 51 points. So not great. I'm going to get another vodka thing. I will take a free upgrade, I believe. I do get this bottle. This comes back to me. All right. So now we can get this free upgrade. This is just straight up a point. 2 if this is your only equipment distillery upgrade. Oh. Okay, cool. So that one will be worth 2 points. Let's take that one. Seems best. These are worth 1. 1 for each of your vodka and moonshine spirit labels. So that one was also worth 2, but we're good here. All right, then we're going to sell this one in this bottle. We have the barrel here. So this one's going to be worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we get 13 coins there. This is going to go here for 2 points. This is worth 4, 5, 6, 16. 10 and 6 puts me there at 69. This comes down to my bottles. This goes up here. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say these flavors. This time it was ginger. So there's extra flavors that get put in. And there are some that are kind of gross as well. All right, we did that, which means we've completed this because we collected that one. That gives us our target score of 84. We're at 69, so we actually only need 15 points. It's not terrible. So let's go through our endgame scoring. So Spirit's still in our warehouse would score, so we could have got a coin and an extra point. What are you going to do? Then we go through our bottle collection. So if we have 2 bottles from the same region, which we don't, we get points. If we have at least 1 from 3 different regions, we get 5 points. We have a regionless and that one, so no good there. Distillery upgrades, this is my only one, so that's worth 2. This is worth 0. This is 1 for each of my aged spirit labels. So this was my only age thing, but I got 3. So that's 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And then our distillery goals we don't have in solo. And then for every 5 money, we get a point. So we end up with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's not terrible. I needed 84 was my goal. I got 78. So that's pretty close to what I needed to do. Awesome. There you go, everybody. Thank you. I'm not done quite yet. I'm going to look up that rule, but I just wanted to kind of talk through some of the things. So yeah, that's the idea. You could see it's an engine building game. I think I like these goals. Solo's always been a little bit tricky for me. I mean, maybe I could have done this to make things happen sooner. You can swap one of these, but getting 5 extra points would have been tough. But you could see, had I made this thing instead of the whiskey, there's 6 bonus points, and that gets me to my score. So some people, I think that's going to be a decisive for them is, oh my gosh, if I draw poorly, it's going to go bad. And I would say, well, how often are you going to draw poorly? Every single time I put it in there, I ended up drawing poorly, right? So there was that. There was something that told me I got 3-1 instead of 5-1 at the end of the game. It might have been in here, which would have been funny. This would have given me 8 points instead of 4 points. I still would have been too short, but I was laughing if I took that one instead. Even if I had just taken something here that didn't give me the extra 1, I wonder if I could have gotten more points. But yeah, so usually you're trying to overcompensate, right? I was putting +1 in. I was trying to get extra alcohols, and it didn't happen. 3 times in a row, it failed on me. So that's just going to be part of what happens in games like this. And I don't think I mind it too much. I was still able to do things. I was still able to think through. I actually like this bottle collection thing, because if it wasn't going well for me, I probably could have thought, how could I get one more region of bottles? I did constantly forget the barrels, and I think I wouldn't have done as well if I didn't get to do this ability here, had that been later. So I'm going to look that rule up right now. I hate having to look things up on stream, but I also don't want to play something wrong. But now that it's the end of the stream... All right. Purchase a recipe. Distill a spirit. Let all the cards, add an appropriate barrel card. Reveal the remaining cards of this roll. These cards with the appropriate barrel match the requirements of one of the recipes you know. You have successfully distilled that spirit. You can choose one. Lay out all the cards, add a barrel, and claim a spirit label that matches what you distilled. If 2 more players distill the same, not enough labels, take the labels in turn order. As all the cards in the washback are used, you can only distill 1 spirit per round. Oh, I did miss that. Okay. Got it. So I missed another rule, which is specifically they cannot contain... So I put the extras in, and then they stayed in, and they can't contain those. So I wouldn't have been able to even make gin on that last one, or... Yeah, no, I did make vodka, but had I not pulled out the grain. So you can put extra things in, but if they don't come out. I did know that, and I missed that one and all that. All right. So claim a spirit label... Vodka. They reveal their spirit attack, check tables, recipes. Unfortunately, because they removed one of the plant sugars, they failed to make rum. They also want to make cachaça. So they add their metal barrel to make these and take the label from the supply. When you sell... So it does say to place the spirit label when you sell. So it would make me think... but they should have done a better example of that. Yeah, they have the label there. All right, so you were right. Yep, so that's what it would be. So for the aged ones, you would put the label there. They don't show an example of that, so that's a little bit confusing there. All right, other things to know. Yeah, no, I really like the engine building. Do I like it for solo is probably going to be a question. I mean, this is fun. I really like that they're saying, here's your path. You basically know what you have to do. You know what your point scores are going to be. You know, I had to score anywhere from 80 to 89, so it gave me a rough idea of what I'm being asked to score. and lay that path out. The card cycling, I think, is really smart. So I think it's a great way to kind of learn the game, to be able to play it without other people. There's probably not a lot. I mean, with other people, you'd be frustrated because you'd be fighting over some of these labels. So if you're trying to do things, but of course, you're not stuck to what this is telling you to do. You have those distillery goals. I love that you start with 3 and discard 1. I'm loving that games are doing that. So it's giving you a path and then saying you can adapt to that. Yes, Silverfear. We got this in yesterday at the portal. So there are many copies available of Distilled there. So you can find it. We had talked about playing this together, hadn't we? And then weeks turned into days turned into months. Sorry about that. So we'll find another game, though, for sure. Hit me up on Discord, or we'll play this still. I'll play again. But yeah, this is available there. So cool. I think that's it for me. I think that is the game. If anybody has any questions, you can let me know. If not, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. Yeah, it just hit me now. Sorry about that. And I think that's it. Remember to listen to Right Brain Rollers podcast. You can find Eric Summer and I there. Download it on your favorite podcast catcher. Is that what they're called? I don't know what they're called for that. But yeah, until next time, I'm the Brandt, and I hope you step into the portal. Have a great one, everybody. Happy Friday.